relation or okay, so the first one is the relations, followed by the function and the graphs. Okay, so that will be our lesson number 1. So this will be our first topic in the first semester. Okay, so what? By the way, do you have now your pen and notebook with you?
Yes po.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have here a matching type. Okay, so you are going to match the pictures to the correct senses. So first, we have here the eyes. So saan dapat siya ima-match? Ice cream, rabbit, drum, rose, flower, or a sun? What do you think? Saan
Permission
dapat
po.
permission to speak po? Saan?
Sun po.
Sun po.
Sa sun. Okay. Next, how about the nose?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, so wait. Ayan. Sige, go ahead, Stephanie.
Sa flower po.
Okay, that's correct. That would be for the flowers. Next, how about the tongue?
Permission to speak po.
Kain?
Sa ice cream po.
Okay, that's correct for the ice cream. And next, the hands?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Toledo.
Sa drum po.
Okay, that's correct. Sa, the drums ba? I'm sorry. Drums or the bunny or the rabbit?
Permission to speak po.
Permission to speak.
Okay, how about
Permission to speak.
Angel Rose?
Permission to speak.
Saan dapat yung hands?
Permission to speak po.
Permission to speak po. Okay. Wait ko dyan. Ayan, wait lang po. Hands?
Permission to speak po.
Okay. Bakulanan?
Sa rabbit po. Sa drum.
Okay, that's correct for the rabbit. And last one, of course, for the ears, that will be for what?
Drums po.
Okay. Kian, Andre?
Sa drums po.
Okay, that's correct. For the drums. Okay, so this matching type is definitely related to our topic today, which is all about the relation. So when we say relation, pakibasa sa Mumbai, Aryan.
Relation. It is a set of ordered pairs.
Okay. It is a set of ordered pairs such as, so gaya ng ginawa natin dito sa ating matching type, we paired all the different parts of the bodies or the our senses to these provided objects here in the second column. So as you can see, those two columns have a relationship with one another. So for the example, we have the eyes and sun, nose and flowers, tongue and ice cream, hands and rabbit, ears and the drums. Okay, so definitely the relation is all about the set of ordered pairs. They are paired with one another. Okay? Next. So for the first column, ang tawag dito sa ating 5 senses are what you call the domain. And for the second column, ang tawag naman dito sa mga objects, that is what you call a range. Okay? And each item in an ordered pair, dito sa ating column A and B, okay? So those are items are called, is called element. Okay? Again, here in the matching type, column A is what you call the domain, column B is the range, and all these items are called elements. Okay, so we are going to discuss further with regards to the domain and range, and also the what you call the ordered pairs. So ano nga ba ang ordered pairs? Okay, So we have the two parts or two items with regards to an ordered pair. So the first one is what you call the domain, again. And the second one is a range. So pakibasa naman yung ibig sabihin ng domain natin, Carlo Punzalan.
Domain, the set of all x or input values.
Okay. So as you can see kanina sa ating matching type, ang domain natin is the 5 senses. So therefore, that is the set of all x values or what you call the input values. And how about the range? Christian de la Paz, pakibasa.
Range, the set of all y or output value.
Okay. So we have here an example of a set of ordered pairs. Okay? So we have here the domain. Again, when we say the domain, it is the set of all x or input values. So we have here the given set of ordered pairs. So first, what you're going to do is to identify all our x values or the input values. So what do you think are the x values here in the given set of ordered pairs? What do you think does?
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak po.
Ano mo si Dustin? Okay, how about Castillo?
The domains are 1, 2, 3, and 4 po.
Okay, that's correct. That's are the 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are the given values of domain. Okay, next we have here the range. Again, we have the given set of ordered pairs. So what do you think are the domain, the range here in the given set of ordered pairs? How about,
Permission to speak po.
okay, go ahead, Stephanie.
The range are 7, 6, 5, and 4.
Okay, that's correct. Those are 7, 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so mahirap ba i-identify sa ordered pairs or sa given set of ordered pairs, ma-identify yung domain and range? Meron bang nahihirapan? May questions regarding the difference of domain and range? Always remember, kapag domain, definitely it's all about the x values or input values, and the range is the y values or the output values. Okay? Next. Okay, so next is we are going to discuss a function. Okay, so what do you mean by a function? Sabi, function, it is a special relation. And function, it is every x values must be associated to only one y value. So therefore, the function, it is a relation in which each element of the domain corresponds to exactly one element of the range. So, lagi niyong tatandaan that not all function is matatawag nating relation. So, we need to prove if the function is a type of a relation or not. Okay? So, always remember, so always remember that function is also a special relation in which in every x values, it must only have only one y value. Okay? Okay. So, as you can see, when it comes to math, illustration can definitely help you to understand the given lesson easily, right? So, we have here the different types of relation for you to be, better understand or for you to be able to identify if a given example is a function or not a function. Okay, we have here 1, 2, and 3. So those 3 are the one who are going to help you to identify if the given set of ordered pairs is a function or not. So we have the first one, the mapping. The second one is the graphing. And the third one is the sets. Okay? So always remember again, gaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, each element under the domain must only have one element in range. Okay, 1:1, 1-to-many, and many-to-one. Those are the different kinds of function or correspondence. So we are going to discuss those different correspondence to the next slides. Okay? So again, illustrations can be helped us to easily identify if the given examples are a function or not a function. So those are mapping, graphing, and sets. Okay? So first is we're going to discuss the mapping. Okay? So when we say mapping, it shows how the elements are paired. And it is also called a flow chart of a function. Okay, so we have here the different examples of mapping. Sabihan niyo kung masyado mabilis yung transition natin in every slides, ha? Okay. Okay, so we have here a given example of a mapping. Okay? So you are going to identify if this example is a function or not a function. Okay?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, wait lang po. Ayan. Okay, so first, let's take a look in the given example of this one. We have the domain in the first column, A, B, C, and D. And the range in the second column, Roman numeral number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you can see, in the first domain, we have A and Roman numeral 1. Okay, so A and Roman numeral number 1. Okay, so this one is what you call a 1-to-1 correspondence. So bakit natin nasabing 1-to-1 correspondence? Okay, let's proceed to the domain B and Roman numeral 2. Okay? So one domain and one range. Okay, next is we have C and Roman numeral 3, and lastly D and Roman numeral number 4. Okay? So gaya ng kaninang slides natin, always remember that each element of domain must only have one element in range. So that's what you call a what? Function or not a function?
Permission to speak. Permission to speak po. Permission to speak.
Okay, John Warren.
Function po, ma'am.
Okay, function. Again, you can only say that the given set of domain and range is a function if each element of domain have only one element in range. So therefore, this given example in mapping is a function. Okay? Next. Another example. Okay, so we have here the faces of an artist. Okay, so first is you are going to connect or match our male artist to the respective female artist or pair. Okay, so we have first one, the Gerald Anderson. So, kanino dapat siya i-pair?
Permission to speak.
Nila May.
May Julia Barreto po.
Okay, that's correct. That is for Julia Barreto. How about, sorry, Daniel Padilla?
Permission to speak po.
Permission to speak.
Hazel Ann?
Catherine Bernardo po.
Okay, that's correct. Catherine Bernardo. And lastly, for Ding Dong Dantes, definitely para siya kay what? Who? I mean who?
Maria. Marian po.
Alright, that's correct. For Marian. So, what do you think this given set of this given example of a mapping, it is a function or not a function?
Permission to speak
po.
Okay, how about you, Jonathan?
Function po.
Function. Bakit function? Because? Bakit? Kaya sa first example natin ng mapping kanina, bakit siya matatawag na function? That's because,
One-to-one po.
okay, that's correct. One-to-one correspondence. So therefore, this given example is a function. Okay, next. Okay, so we have another given example. So please take a look of this type of mapping. So you are going to identify again if it is a function or not a function. Okay?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Castillo.
Function po, ma'am, because it's spread by one element lang po.
Okay. So first is we're going to, sorry. Okay. So first is we're going to match or take a look of the domain and connect it by the given range. So first we have A and Roman numeral number 2. Next is B and Roman numeral number 1. C and Roman numeral number 2. And lastly, D is and Roman numeral number 3. Okay, so in a given set of function, always remember na hindi dapat mag-repeat yung ating domain. Hindi dapat madodoble yung ating domain for us to identify that the given set of function is a function. Okay? So as you can see, may naulit ba sa domain natin?
Wala po.
Wala. Meron ba? Naulit sa domain?
Wala po.
Nadoble ba yung A natin? Nadoble ba yung B natin? C and D? Okay. Ano lang yung nadoble sa kanila? Yung
2.
range. Okay? Pero hindi tayo mamamblema dyan sa range na yan. We can still identify na when it comes sa mapping, ang titingnan na natin palagi is yung ating X values or yung tinatawag nating domain na lagi nating babantayan na kapag ang one of the domain is nagdoble siya, okay, or nag-repeat, therefore, hindi na natin siya matatawag na a function. Okay? So, ang tawag dito sa correspondence na to is what you call, okay. So, this one, tama si, sino nga kanina yun? Sarina ba yun? Okay. So, tama siya kanina. The answer is function. So, ang tawag dito sa correspondence na to is many to one. Okay? Next. How about another example? So, again, we have Gerald, Daniel, Ding Dong, and Joshua Garcia. Okay. And dito naman sa ating range, we have again Catherine Bernardo, Marian Rivera, and Julia Barreto. So given na si Joshua and Julia, so therefore we are going to match now Gerald Anderson to who?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Anne. Sana.
Dulo din po, ma'am.
Okay, that's correct. Julia. Daniel Padilla again is for?
Catherine po.
Okay, that's correct. Catherine Bernardo, and Ding Dong is for?
Maria.
Maria.
Vera. Okay, so what do you think in the given set of mapping?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, so go ahead, Stephanie.
Function po siya kasi hindi naman po naulit yun sa domain part.
Okay, that's correct. So, function siya kasi hindi naman umulit si Gerald and namatch siya kay Catherine Bernardo. Tama? So, we only have one domain corresponds to one range. Okay? So, again, this is under the many-to-one correspondence. So, therefore, this is a function. Okay? Next. Alright. So, again, take a look of this given example in mapping. So, we have, so you are going to identify again whether it is a function or not a function. Again, ang titingnan nyo lang muna palagi is yung domain. So, may nag-repeat ba na domain dyan? What do you think?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, just
Permission to speak.
may nag-repeat ba na domain dyan?
Mary po.
Meron
Yes po.
Okay, what letter?
A po.
Okay, that's correct. A. So, therefore, that is not a function since nag-repeat or nag-double yung A domain natin. So, si A, minatch siya kay range na Roman numeral number 1 and Roman numeral number 3. So, therefore, this is not a function. So, this type of correspondence is what you call a one-to-many. Okay? Do you guys follow?
Yes,
Yes,
po.
Yes po.
Okay. Next, another example. Okay, we have Daniel Padilla again, Ding Dong Dantes, and who's the third one?
Discuss the people.
Okay, Skastakli. So, that is for our domain, and for our range, we have Catherine Bernardo, Zayna Barake, Marian Rivera, and Ira. Okay? So, first is, again, you are going to match our domain to the given set of range. Okay, again, si Daniel Padilla ay para kay
Spin po.
okay. How about Ding Dong Dantes? Kay Marian
Marian.
Marian po.
Skastakli,
Same.
kay Rina, and Ira.
Ira.
Okay, so what do you think? Is it a function or not a function?
Not a function po.
Not a function. Bakit?
Kasi po kasi
Okay, umulit si Skastakli between Zainab and Ira. So therefore, this is not a function under many-to-one correspondence. Okay? Nakakasunod po bang lahat?
Apo.
Yes, po.
Okay. Another example. Okay, so you are going to identify which one is a function. Is this first illustration or the second illustration? Anyone?
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Prieto. What do you think? The first illustration or the second illustration?
The second one.
First,
Asa na si Ray and si Pian?
Second illustration.
Saan?
Second.
Okay, sa second. Bakit second illustration? Dahil
Ito ulit yung domain po.
okay, so the function is the second illustration because it is under the correspondence 1:1. one. So, may naulit ba na domain natin?
Wala po.
Wala. Therefore, our second illustration is the function while the other one is not a function. Bakit? Alin dito yung umulit sa ating input?
Yung 2 po.
Okay, 2. So that is connected to 20 and 40. So therefore, this is not a function. Next. How about this one? Function or not a function? Bautista.
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak.
Wala ba si Okay, how about the others again?
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak po. Reynan Delgado.
Function po, ma'am.
Okay, that's correct. Ayun, gumamit pala, may nag-chat pala si Bautista rin sa chat box. So that's correct, Delgado. This is a function. Okay, so as you can see, walang umulit na domain dito sa ating input. Okay, so therefore, this is a function. Next. Function or not a function?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, punsahan, Carlo.
Not function po, ma'am.
Not function. Bakit?
Dahil umuwit po ng umuwit si domain po.
Permission to speak.
Stephanie.
Function pa rin po kasi hindi naman po umulit yung sa domain tapos na pinair po siya sa isang element lang po.
Okay, that's correct. So as you can see, hindi naman umulit yung ating domain dito. Ang umulit lang is yung ating range. So walang problema is lahat ng ating domain is co-connect lang into only one range. Matatawag pa rin yan natin na function under one to many correspondence. So therefore, this given example is a function. Okay? So matatawag lang natin yan na not function if si x is nag-connect or nag-match pa kay 3, si x is nag-match pa kay 7, and also the other input. Okay? Walang problema kung uulit si range. Ang problema is yung kay domain. Okay? Next. Ayan, how about this one? Function or not a function?
Permission to answer
Oh.
po.
A Genesis.
Not a function po kasi
Function, bakit?
because x value is too much per by range.
Okay, that's correct. So, how many times umulit yung 3?
4 po.
4 na beses. So, therefore, this given example is not a function. Lahat ba yung nakakasunod?
Yes po.
Okay, next. This one. Function or not a function?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Christine Velasco.
Function po man.
Function. Bakit? May ulit na input natin?
Hindi naman, wala po umulit sa input or domain.
Okay, that's correct. This is a function. Okay? Question. Meron?
Wala.
Wala po.
Wala.
Wala po.
What do you think? This is a function or not a function?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Benosa.
Not function po kasi po may parehas po yung negative 2 kaya not function po.
Okay, that's correct. As you can see, definitely, nagdoble or nag-repeat yung ating negative 2. So, therefore, this one is not a function. Okay na, kasunod ba?
Yes po.
Okay. Okay, next. So, tapos na tayo sa illustration under the mapping. Next is proceed na tayo kay sets. Okay? So when we say sets, pakibasa naman padasas. Iyan.
Sets, collection of well-defined and distinct objects called elements that share a common characteristics.
Okay. So when we say sets, it is a collection of well-defined and distinct objects called elements that share a common characteristics or they have a connection. So gaya nga sa previous example natin, like sa different artists natin, under the male artist and the female artist, they have a connection, right? So therefore, it is still under the sets. So sets is pwedeng person, things, events, objects, and etc. Okay, hindi lang yan numbers. Okay? Next. Okay, so we have here the given. Anong tawag dito kay 1 and 2 again?
Permission to speak.
Permission to
Okay.
speak po.
Jenny Kain.
Range po, tapos yung domain.
Okay, so anong tawag dyan sa range and domain natin?
Permission to speak po.
Permission to
So, kay Castillo.
Sets po.
Set.
Permission to speak po.
Okay, Benoit.
Permission to speak po.
Ordered pair po.
Okay, that's correct. This is an ordered pair. Okay, bakit siya tinawag na ordered pair? So, masasabi natin that the given item or element is an ordered pair if it is enclosed under the parentheses. Yes, that's correct. Parentheses and divided by a comma. Okay, so it only consists also in one element of domain and one element of range. So that's what you call an ordered pair. Okay, so matatawag naman natin siya na set if this kind of example. Okay? Okay. So, matatawag lang natin itong ordered pair na set if it have or it may form a group. Okay? So, as you can see, we have here a group of ordered pairs. So, kapag naging group of ordered pairs siya, that's the time na matatawag natin siyang sets. Okay? Which means, it also enclosed in this type of bracket. This one. Okay, so kapag meron kayong nakitang ganyang type of bracket, ang basa po natin dyan, set of. Okay? So, pagbabasahin natin tong group of ordered pairs, this is the set of 0 and 4, 1 and 6, and negative 4 and 0. Okay? Since itong ordered pair is mag-isa lang siya, 1. Okay, hindi natin siya matatawag na set kasi hindi naman siya kabilang sa or hindi siya kasama within a group. Okay, so matatawag lang natin ng ordered pair na set if it consists of a group. Okay, so we have here the 3 ordered pairs. So kapag meron tayong 3 ordered pairs, so that is considered as a group.
Apo.
Okay? Okay. So what do you think also is the difference between ordered pairs and a set? Ano yung pagkakaiba nila aside sa individual lang yung isa and the other one is the group? What do you think is the difference? Aside sa, yung ordered pairs is only an individual, while the set is a group. Anong napapansin niyo sa ating ordered pair and sa given set?
Permission to speak po.
Okay, go ahead, Dustin.
May nauulit po dun sa set.
Saan? So when it comes to ordered pairs, it represented in what? And sa ating set is represented in what? Okay, no one. So, naka-box na yung difference ng dalawa. So, when it comes sa set, I mean, sa ordered pairs, it represented in a closed parenthesis, while the set is represented in a closed curly bracket. Okay, so that is also one thing that you must also see, the difference between the set and the ordered pairs, aside sa individual and a group. Okay, next. Now, how can you determine if the given set is a function or not a function? Okay, again, gaya lang yan sa mapping natin. Hindi dapat madodoble or magre-repeat yung ating domain or x value. Okay? So, first is you are going to identify the x and the y value in the given set. So, can you identify if it is whether in the given set is a x values and the y values?
Permission to speak.
Okay, go ahead, Benosa. What are the x values?
The x values are 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, that's correct. So, those are the 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So, we have the x sub 1, 2, x sub 2, 4, x sub 3, 5, x sub 4, 6. So, our x or our domain here in the given sets are 2, 4, 5, and 6. So, always look at the given x value. Okay? Yan, titingnan po natin yan. So, meron bang nag-repeat dyan? Or tumoble? Wala. Okay? So, therefore, no x value is repeated. So, ibig sabihin, it is a function or not a function?
Function.
Function, that's correct. So, therefore, our example number 1 is a function. Lang naman yung palagi natin titingnan when it comes to set. Our x value or our domain. Okay, next, how about number 2? Okay, first is you are going to identify first our x value. So, what are those?
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak.
Okay na si January.
Yung X values po are 3, 4, 5, and 5 po.
Okay, that's correct. So, we have x sub 1, 3, x sub 2, 4, x sub 3, 5, and x sub 4, 5. So, again, I'm sorry. Ayan, nakita na tuloy. So, meron tayong umulit na x value. So, it means to say that
It's not a
not a function. So, 5x values is repeated. Therefore, this is not a function. Question. When it comes sa set.
Line.
Yun lang naman yung titingnan natin sa given example ng ating set, yung ating x values. Wala nang iba. Wala na tayong pakialam kay range kahit dumoble pa yan or umulit. Okay? Next. So, tapos na tayo kay mapping sets. The last one is the graphing. Okay? First, you are going to identify. Okay. So, hindi niyo naman siguro nakakalimutan itong graphs na to. Tama? So, we have 4 parts when it comes to graph. So, we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay. So, may I ask if, do you also know who invented or who made a graph? Tingin nyo, sino gumawa ng graph na yan? Or who made this graph? Or who made a Cartesian plane pala? Okay, go ahead, Ray, Adrian.
Si William J. Kirchhoff.
Si William ba? When it comes to Cartesian plane. Ang tawag dito, if we have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is what you call a Cartesian plane. Tama? So, who do you think is the one who made? Okay, go ahead, Velasco.
Si Rene Descartes po, or Rene.
That's correct. The one who made the graph or the Cartesian plane is René Descartes. Okay? Always remember that one. So, malay nyo, masama ko sa quiz kung sino gumawa ng Cartesian plane or ng graph. Okay? So, for you to identify if the given example in a graphing is a set or not, is what you call the VLT. So, kapag sinabi po nating VLT, that is what you call a, or stands for vertical line test. Okay? So, wherein, sa given example natin ng graph, you are going to have an imaginary vertical lines. So, ano ibig sabihin ng vertical lines? Or, how do you draw or make a vertical line? Ito ba yung nakatayo or yung nakahigang linya?
Nakatayo po.
Okay. That's correct. Nakatayong linya sa ating graph. Okay, so you are going to make or to draw an imaginary vertical line on our Cartesian plane or graph. Okay? Next. That vertical lines can only touches the graph or a point only once. Okay? Again, this vertical line test can identify if the given graph is a function or not by using or having an imaginary vertical line that may only touches the graph only once. Okay? Touches the graph or touches the point only once. Okay, so we have here the given example. Okay. Paano nga ba natin ma-identify if this given graph is a function or not? So again, gagawa tayo ng imaginary vertical lines. So, yung vertical lines, ito yung linya na nakatayo. Okay, so for example, ayun, we have this vertical line. Okay? So, ilang beses nag-touch yung vertical line natin sa ating graph or sa ating lines?
Permission to epispin.
Okay, Cepido, Genevieve.
Ma'am, only one lang po.
Only once. So, saan siya nag-touch? Dito sa ating point na yan. Okay, so therefore, this is a function or not a function?
Function po.
Function. So, another example, we have here naman another vertical line. So, ilang beses siya nag-touch?
Isa lang ulit po.
Isang beses. So, ayan yung point na yan na daanan niya or na-touch niya. So, therefore, this or Another vertical line na naman ulit. So, dito naman sa third vertical line, ilang beses ulit siya nag-touch sa ating graph?
Isa po.
Dalawa po.
Which is this one. So, therefore, this graph is a function. Okay, next. Okay, how about this one?
Permission to speak.
Function or not a function?
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak.
Permission to speak po.
Okay, how about Ricardo?
Not a function po.
Not a function. Bakit? You may try to draw our graph on your notebook and try to have or to draw also a vertical line or a vertical line. Dapat isang beses lang magta-touch yung vertical line na yan sa ating graph, ha? Okay. So again, you are going to draw a vertical line, an imaginary vertical line. So dito, sa vertical line na ginawa natin, ilang beses siya nag-touch sa ating graph?
Isa lang po.
Isa lang po.
Yung point na yan. Next one. Okay. How about the second vertical line? Ilang beses siya nag-touch sa graph natin?
Isa lang po.
Isa lang rin. Yan yung point na nadaanan niya or na-touch niya. Next one.
Isa lang
Isa lang rin. Ayan naman yung point na nadaanan niya. So therefore, this graph is a function or not a function?
function po.
Function po. Okay. So isang beses lang siya nag-touch within a line or a point. Okay. So therefore, this graph is a function. Okay, next. So, you need to try this on your notebook. So, you are going to identify. So, itadraw nyo na lang yung line, ha? Gagawa na lang kayo ng X and Y axis line. Then, idraw nyo na lang yung line na yan. Line graph na yan. Then, you are also draw a vertical line. So, you are going to determine using your notebook whether the given graph is a function or not a function. Okay, I will be giving you only 5 minutes. Malapit tayo mag-10. Okay. So we have here 6 different graphs. So try to do it that one on your notebook. 5 minutes lang po.